What's up, Tater Tots? It's your girl Tati, back at it with another video. Welcome back if you a real one. I am Tati. If you've never seen my face before, I'm a baddie with a budget. You feel me? Cause like the bougie aunt in me loves a little nice little treat yourself moment. But the hoodlum that I was raised as like to save dollars, okay? So if you are in need of a rich auntie, or if you know you give rich auntie vibes and you want to kiki a little bit, talk about beauty, fashion, other things, because you know we don't always have aunties, mothers, sisters to talk about all those things with. That's what I'm here for. So if you're interested in anything like that, go ahead, give this video a thumbs up, go ahead and subscribe and join this potato family. Now let's get into this skincare video because you already know what it is, okay? First thing I wanted to talk about is my personal like skin concerns, okay? I do not have really problematic skin, and before you go anywhere, okay, I have had breakouts. I'm gonna enter a picture of like what my breakouts or what my skin kind of looks like. When I break out, it kind of looks like I have rashes. So I won't get like big cystic acne usually, but I'll get like, it just looks like rashes to me, okay? So I don't like that. It's a lot of texture, like even like, cause it looks like rashes. Like it'll just be a lot of little texture on my skin if it's not the bumps. People in my family have like big pores or something I noticed, so I also want to reduce those pores. So texture is so big for me. Firmness, you know, collagen production stops when you're 25, or not stops, but it kind of decreases. Your body can intake it, but it kind of decreases. So keeping that firmness, being proactive instead of waiting until I'm 40 to try some retinol is something that's big for me. And then the last thing is I'm not really big into discoloration. Like my dark marks usually fade, but I do have dark circles, and some of the things that I'm using will kind of target discoloration. But with this, know that anybody can use this skincare routine. Like the skincare routine I'm talking about right now, anybody can use. This is my everyday skincare routine. I do this in the morning. You can also do this at night. So even if you like, girl, I'm worried about dryness, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about that, I'm worried about this and that, don't worry, I still got you, okay? The first thing that I do is you kind of have to have your prep ready, okay? So something that I use, and you do not need these, okay? But I just like these. These keep water from like draining down into your arms. And then this also helps it with your hairline. So I just put it on so you don't get nothing into your hair, like your edges and everything don't get wet or get messed up. That's why I use these. These are $6 on Amazon. You can also find them at Five Below. You can find them at Marshall's, TJ Maxx. You can find them at Burlington's. They're really inexpensive. Don't be paying $40, $50. I don't think they're $40, $50, but even $10. You don't need to pay even like $10 for these, honestly. You can get them for $5, $6, $7. Now, the other thing that I also use in my skincare are these face towels. These are biodegradable. Now, if they're not actually biodegradable, y'all take this up with this company, y'all take it up with me, because I'm trying to do my part, okay? They said they was biodegradable. If they not, that's on them lying, okay? But these are biodegradable face towels. They're just, instead of using paper towels, because paper towels are a little bit rough for my skin, I use these. Now, I don't use these to wash my face per se, and what do I mean by that? When I'm washing my face, I actually use just my hands, okay, when I'm washing my face. That's all you need. Don't have your rings on and stuff like that, but you just need your hands. You don't need nothing fancy. You don't need the brush. You don't need all of that, because sometimes that could even be irritating your skin. These hands work, okay, but you can't use these hands to dry off your face. And I'm also not about to splash the water on my face like this clean and clear commercial, because that's not cute. It don't work. You're not about to wet up your body for that. So when I'm wiping up everything, trying to get everything off of my face, I use these. I usually use only like 1 to 2 of them. They come in a pack of 80. I don't remember the price of these, but you can buy like a big pack for probably like $20. I don't know, but I really like these. These are what I use. You could use a paper towel. You can use a regular towel. Before getting these, I would just use a regular towel. The problem with using regular towels though is that, you know, the bacteria, you gotta use a different towel every day, things like that. I already told you paper towels are rough. So would I actually recommend these? Yes. This is something that I would say, if you are gonna spend your money on, I would at least get these. Even if you get one pack, try them out, see if you like them, but I do recommend these. So the first step of the actual routine after you have the little products that you need is cleansing, okay? So what I look for in a cleanser, I like creamy cleansers. I like gentle cleansers. It doesn't have to say gentle in the title necessarily, but those are the ones that I like to use for every day because again, I'm doing this in morning and night. And when I wash my face in morning and night, it can get a little dry. I just don't want to get irritated by using these super, super powerful cleaners in the morning and night. So I always look for something that's gentle, something that is creamy. Now, the one that I'm using currently is the Bioma Creamy Jelly Cleanser. Now, this says it's pH balancing and it's a jelly formula, which I can attest to. It is jelly. It's a little bit creamy. I would definitely wish for it to be a little bit more creamier. That's the only thing, but I do use it and I really like it. Now, some other cleansers that I would also recommend that I do like that are gentle as well is the Cetaphil. That's an inexpensive one. The Cetaphil gentle cleanser that they have is inexpensive, and the Great Value version is even more inexpensive if you really don't got it like that. I've used both of those. I've recommended both of those. Really love them. They're great for your skin. A little bit lotiony. So if you are wearing like a makeup wear or something like that, I wouldn't necessarily recommend these. And then I also recommend the Keys Soul Care. I've been using the Keys Soul Care. I actually do like theirs. It's a little bit more expensive, but I definitely like it. So I would recommend that if you want something a little bit on the higher end side. After that, I go into an essence, okay? So what I look for in the essence is mainly just hydration. You're gonna notice that pattern throughout this whole thing is that I want my skin to be hydrated. And whether you have oily skin or if you have dry skin, hydration is the key. Hydration is what you want because if your skin is hydrated, it's not gonna get as oily. So hydration, hydration, hydration. And also I want my skin to be hydrated because I want it to be prepped and ready to take in all the other things that I'm putting on my skin. The essence that I'm currently using is the CosRx Snail Mucus essence. This is a really thick kind of essence. It's almost like a serum, but it is really hydrating. I like this. I use this one because it's a little bit inexpensive. It's hydrating, which is what I really like. And I could, you know, purchase it all the time. But one that I would also recommend that I really like is the one from Peach and Lily. The one from Peach and Lily is like $40 though. It is really expensive. It's not as a jelly like texture. It's more like a regular essence. If you don't know, essence are more watery a lot of times, but that essence, especially with discoloration, I think it helped my skin so much. Like I feel like my skin was a lot even when I used that. More inexpensive ones than this one, because this one is $20. This one is like 21, but $20+. I cannot necessarily recommend one. I've tried other ones, but those are the two that I like the most. What I would recommend, well, first of all, girl, let me tell you something. This essence is an extra. It's just a boost. It's just a prep, a hydrating prep for when you put on your serums. You don't necessarily need an essence, to be honest. But if you do want the essence vibe, if you like, I want an essence, I want an essence. What you can also do, or if you want this step, you can just get a hydrating toner or something like that. That still works the same. Like you can use a toner instead of a essence. So if you do have a toner that's hydrating or anything that you want to target, you could use that. And then as well as like the face mist. So you could use a face mist spray, any one of your favorite ones. They have really inexpensive ones. They're like $5, $7. So if you do want this step, because you do want to add a little bit of a hydrating prep, I would say look into that. After essence, I go into my serums. Yes, I said serums because I use more than one, okay? You can use one if you want. You don't need to use all of these products. You don't need to use every step, but these are the serums that I use that I'm going to tell you guys about. Serum number one is a hydrating serum. It is a prep, okay? So what I am looking for with the serum is just for it to be hydrating, and I also look for it to kind of be restorative, something that's giving back to my skin, something that's gentle. You feel what I'm saying? Something that's not going to cause too much redness. That's what I use. What I've been using lately is the Bioma. I know it's a lot of Bioma, but that's inexpensive. That's the one that I've been using, and I like it. I do like it. It has niacinamide and hyaluronic acid in it, so that's always good. And it's been working on my skin so far. I really like it. It is hydrating. Something that I would recommend instead of using that is you can get the hyaluronic acid from Good Molecules, or you can get it from The Ordinary. I prefer the one from Good Molecules, but that's just what I use. You can get the smaller one that's $6. You can get the bigger one that's $12, but either way, it's a hydrating serum that's inexpensive, and I'm pretty sure it's less than the Bioma. Or you can use even this, like you can use the Essence, the CosRX. You can use that instead. I know a lot of people that use this, and by this point y'all have kind of probably noticed that I bring down everything from here. I get my ears, my neck, and my décolletage. I do all of that. The reason I do the décolletage is also because the décolletage is, which is this area. If you don't know what your décolletage is, it's this area. The reason I do that is because the skin here is as thin really as like the skin on your face. So you know the skin on your body is a little bit thicker, but the décolletage is a little bit softer. So you do want to be a little bit gentle. You know how like you could maybe use fragrance or use like a rough scrubber on your body. You can't always do that with your décolletage. And you want it to stay nice and firm like everything else. So like when you wear a shirt or something, you still look nice, you still look youthful. But you definitely want to at least bring it to your neck, okay? If you don't bring it all the way down. That is a tip. Some of y'all might be like, girl, I know this. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Everybody does not know that, okay? That's why I'm giving this information. That's why I'm making it as detailed as possible. Because like I told y'all, okay, either you are auntie with me. If you're auntie with me, come on, cheer on. Kiki, tell me where you moving. Maybe you have a different place. Maybe you like, girl, the ears is a little OD. Let me know what you're thinking. But all of us are not a bougie auntie, okay? Some of us are trying to become a bougie auntie. Some of us don't have any bougie aunties around us. Some of us really need this information. And so before you comment or before we think, oh my God, everybody should know this and y'all don't know how to take care of your skin, or y'all don't know these little bitty things, let's try to educate. Now let's get back into the skincare. Next, I do an eye serum, and what I look for in an eye serum is I'm looking for hydration, and I'm also looking to target my dark circles, and I also look for a serum texture. I like a serum texture for this, a little like, y'all know a serum texture. If y'all don't know, because let me not just say y'all know, a serum is more lightweight, a little bit more gel-like, so I look for more so like that when I'm doing a serum, because that's the purpose. I want it to be an actual serum, or you could skip it, because honestly, an eye serum is just extra. I just kind of got into eye serums and was like, oh, let me try it out. But it is extra. Something else that I want to say with eye serums too is that I stay away from eye serums with retinol. I stay away from eye serums with vitamin C. If you notice a lot, I haven't brought up vitamin C or any actives in this because I don't really focus on actives necessarily, but with eyes, I definitely stay away from it because there are not enough eye sunscreens, okay? So you're gonna use this product with retinol that makes sure you sensitive to the sun. You're gonna use this product with vitamin C or whatever active, lactic acid, whatever it is, and you don't have anything to protect you. Yeah, you could put regular sunscreen on your eyes, but that burns. I will tell you from first-hand experience, that burns. So definitely when you are looking for eye cream, stick to hydration, stick to fine lines, stick to niacinamide, stick to peptides, stick to firmness, but I would not recommend getting retinol and all those other type of things. Now, the one that I use is the Pure Tone Up Niacinamide Firming Eye Serum. Of course, see, what does it have? Niacinamide, what I love in it. I really love this. I'll show you how much I use. They say use a pen size, which is true. You do not need a lot of this. You don't need a lot of any eye product, but definitely this. You can use even less than what I use. So as small as this is, this actually does last you a while because it's good. Now, I don't have another eye serum necessarily that I can recommend. Let me check. Oh, I lied. Okay, so I do. I have the hand skin one. So I used the hand skin one before. It has the roller ball. So the only thing with the roller ball is you might want to wipe it off after you use it. I don't know how hygienic that is, but I do like it. It's cooling. I use that one. Now the thing is, both of those are around the same price. I think the hand skin one is actually $30. So this one I think is $20, and this one you could always get on sale at Ulta. I always get it on sale, so you can get it on sale at Ulta. So if it's not $20, I usually get it at $20 maybe because it's on sale. The hand skin one is $30, but the hand skin one has the metal rollers which cool your eyes, and it also has more product in it than most eye creams. So that's the plus side of it. I'll try to get into some more inexpensive ones, what I've noticed about some of the inexpensive ones is that I try like the one from Cetaphil. Sometimes they'll say it's an eye serum and it feels like a lotion, it feels like an eye cream, and I'm just not into that vibe. So when I find a true eye serum that is inexpensive, I'll let you guys know. But for now, it's not even something that you need. So honestly, if you, let's say you're saying I can't afford $20, $30, girl, just skip it. You do not need an eye serum. It's not that big of a deal. Now we're on to the last serum, which is serum number 2. This is a targeted serum. So this serum is what you use to target things. Now, what I use to target and what I would like to target during this time is collagen production. I want firmness, I want tightness, I want collagen production. So what I'm using right now is the Good Molecules Super Peptide Serum, which says it targets fine lines and wrinkles. You want something that's gonna, you know, fill that in, add some plumpness. I like this. I think this is $12, so it's pretty inexpensive. Some alternatives that I would recommend for firmness for what I use is niacinamide. You can use the Good Molecules niacinamide or even from The Ordinary. I'm a Good Molecules girl, but The Ordinary is fine too. They're both like $6. And then you can get the bigger one from Good Molecules, which is what I usually do. I usually get the bigger one that's $12, but both of those are good because niacinamide also helps with collagen production. It helps with pore reduction, so it helps with texture as well when you use niacinamide. And it's just a pure niacinamide serum, but that's what I use. It focuses on all those things, so it also helps with oil control when it comes to niacinamide, using it. So niacinamide by itself has a lot of benefits that I look for, and I have used that. My sister has used that as well. The Good Molecule ones that I'm recommending, so like the hyaluronic acid she uses and the niacinamide, and she's seen a difference. I've seen a difference. That's what I started with. The peptide is a little bit more of like a level up, but if you're just starting off, you want something a little bit more inexpensive, I would recommend that. Now, something else that I would recommend here for you, if you want, is to actually change it out and pick a serum that targets what you want, right? So on some days, I use vitamin C. I don't use vitamin C every day, so that's why I'm telling you guys, hey, these are the ones that I use every day, morning and night, something that I'm comfortable with all the time. I'm not necessarily comfortable with vitamin C every day. I just don't think I need it. But let's say you use a vitamin C serum every day. You can use that. Or let's say you want to target dark circles, because vitamin C don't always target dark circles, so you might use a different one. You want to target dark circles. Maybe you have inflammation, so you want something that's cooling, like with some chamomile or like with snail mucus in it or something like that. Something that's a little bit more restorative. This is really the time to focus on what you want. Even I know some people that use retinol really often. I think that's crazy, especially if you don't use retinol more than like twice a week, okay? But this is a time where you can use that. Just make sure if you are using targeted things like that, this is so important, okay? When you get to this targeted one, you need to be conscious of what you are using, because sometimes even if they don't say it, that, oh, it might cause sun sensitivity, some stuff will say it, like glycolic acid, if it has acid in, or if it's like lactic acid or something like that. Some of them will say it, but even vitamin C can make you a little bit photosensitive. So just make sure you're looking at those active ingredients and paying attention to that, because up until now, in all the products that I have recommended and all the ones that I use, you do not necessarily need sunscreen. Oh my God. I'm gonna talk more about that when we get to the sunscreen portion. But if you are using anything that's targeting acne, if you are using things that's targeting dark circles, if you are using vitamin C and all those acids and actives and BHAs, AHAs, make sure you're using sunscreen. And honestly, you don't even need a serum 2. If you have serum 1, especially if you have essence in the serum 1, you might not even need a serum 2. This is one of those steps, and I'm gonna tell y'all every time that a step I feel like is a little extra. This is just me being a little extra. Next is eye cream. For me, eye cream is a must, okay? This is for me. Why is eye cream a must? Because I have dark circles and I have dry under eyes, okay? So I'm always looking for what? Hydrating, hydrating products, and then products that are also going to reduce my dark circles, because that's just something that I look for. Now, the one that I'm currently using, and if y'all see these products, y'all can see I use these. This is not a joke. I'm showing y'all the actual, this is not even, oh, I'm trying to be cute, show y'all the new one. No, this is what I use. I have ran through so many of these. This is the Yaba Matte Wake Up Eye Gel Cream by Good Molecules. It's reducing puffiness and then plumps the appearance of fine lines, which is extra, but it hydrates. This does have caffeine in it, so if you're sensitive to caffeine or if you want to stay away from caffeine, Just to let you know, it does have caffeine in it. I was a little nervous about caffeine at first because, you know, caffeine is addictive. Y'all know that, right? I ain't trying to get my skin addicted to caffeine. But actually, it's pretty cool. This is the one I use. It's $6. It's very, very, very inexpensive. So that's really good. Another eye cream that I would recommend is the Cetaphil. It's not that expensive either. That's what I would recommend. With eye cream, there are so many eye creams out there. Then next we have moisturizer, and this is the only time where it's gonna vary from AM to PM, or I'll recommend different ones. So I'm gonna show y'all the two that I'm using. They're both from Bioma. I'm using the Moisture Gel Cream and I'm using the Rich Gel Cream. I use both of these two, if y'all can see kind of what they look like. So the Moisture Gel Cream is what I look for in the morning. So in the AM, I look for something that's more gel-like. Because maybe if I'm wearing makeup, but also if I'm wearing sunscreen already adds that extra shine, so you don't need it as much. Versus at nighttime, I look for something that's thick, more of a cream, more gonna give me that hydrating plump feel that I like to have. So that's the difference from an AM to PM. Another one that I would recommend is the Clinique. I use the Clinique. I use the jelly one right now because I noticed that when I started using more skincare and doing more things, the oil control one, which is the one I used to use, I still think it's a great one, but I needed a little bit more hydration, so I use the jelly one, which is like the in-between. It's not necessarily the hydrating one yet. I haven't gone to that side, but it does hydrate your skin and leave a little bit extra. So that's the one. If I could recommend anyone from the Clinique line, I would recommend the jelly one because it does what it needs to do, even if you have oily skin. Another one for the AM that you could use is the CeraVe AM one, and I think that one has sunscreen in it. That's another one that I used to use for my thicker creams, for even if you have like maybe dry skin, so you might want to use it in the morning. One that I use is the Keys Soul Care. I love it. I don't know what the smell is. It smells like apples. It's pretty clean, but I really, really love the Keys Soul Care one. It eats down. Another one that is more inexpensive that you can use is the Cetaphil. You can use the thick one that's in the jar. That's what my baby sister uses because her skin, she had a whole issue going on. Her skin was super sensitive. It was like her barrier was very, very compromised, so she needed a little bit more of a thicker one. So she actually used the one in the container. That's the one I use on my body, but she used it on her face and she really, really liked it. So if you have drier skin, or if your skin is just going through something, I would recommend that one. Or even the Cetaphil everyday one is really good. You know, like not the case, but if I can find a picture, I'll try to find a picture. But not the case, but the pump version. I cannot get it out. But the pump version works really good as well. That is thicker, so I would still probably use it at night, but you could use it in the daytime. Maybe your skin's a little bit more dry or something like that. But yeah, those are the lotions that I would recommend. And then we are going to get into sunscreen. These are the two current sunscreens that I'm using. I am using the Black Girl Sunscreen Little Mermaid, and I am using the Super Goop one. If it ain't focused, I'm gonna have it pop up right here. But those are the two that I'm using. The main thing that I look for when I'm looking for in sunscreen is I'm looking for 30 or plus. If it's 50, that's great, but I'm looking for 30 or 50 SPF. I'm looking for something that is reef safe, that is barrier reef safe. And lastly, I'm looking for something that is going to be clear. So it doesn't have to actually be clear, but you see how my face doesn't have a white cast. I'm looking for something that does not leave a white cast. Okay, that's what I meant by clear. Now, the two that I'm using, one of the things I really like about the Black Girl Sunscreen is that it's a Black owned brand. It melts into your skin. It does all the things I'm asking for. It's also sun resistant, and it's a nice size. That's why I use this one and I like it. It is a lot, it is very creamy, as y'all can see, so sometimes I do blot it. Under makeup, definitely blot it. Definitely not one of those like lightweight ones that you could use, but it's still really nice that I like. And one of the things that I like about the Super Goop one is that the Super Goop one is SPF 50, but the Super Goop also has vitamin C, which they say vitamin C and sunscreen work really good together, but that's one plus about those two. But if you don't got it like that, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to get these. There are plenty of the ones. I used great value, especially when I used to reapply. Right now, I'm currently using the Black Girl Sunscreen, even in my purse for when I reapply. But if I ever get low on funds, I'm going right back to my Walmart or my Target brand Up and Up, or Great Value, or it's not Great Value, it's Equate version for my re-up. Like, I put that in my purse for when I need to reapply, because you do need to reapply sunscreen. You're supposed to reapply sunscreen every 2 hours. I don't do it every 2 hours. I reapply maybe like 2 to 4 times a day. So I reapply actually 2 to 3 times a day, sorry. I put it on initially in the morning around 7, then I'll put it on around lunchtime, and then I'll put it on again around the time that I get off of work, and then that will be it. And then maybe one more time if it's like summertime where the days are longer, then maybe one more time. I don't reapply every 2 hours, I'm sorry. I also use 2 because I like this on my face, and the face ones are smaller, and then I use these on my body. I don't use spray on my body, but I mean, I don't use spray on my face. I just don't feel comfortable using the spray ones on my face. I haven't found one that I would actually use, but I love using them on my body. Use them. Like, y'all, sunscreen is so cheap. Now, am I somebody who is, ooh, like, we about to get into controversial areas. Am I somebody who believes that you need sunscreen? No. Now, everybody gets skin cancer. I'm not saying that we're above skin cancer, but I am Black, okay? And I have a lot of melanin. I'm not of the lighter variety. I do have a lot of melanin. Now, one of the reasons that I use sunscreen is for 2 reasons. One, because it does help you, you know, be a little youthful. It does protect, you know, black don't crack, but it's still good to have a little bit of protection. And then 2, because I want to use lactic acid again. That's something that I want to add. Lactic acid is not in this routine because, baby, I don't use it every day, but it is something I want to add back. And when you're using anything like that, you need to have sunscreen. So you need to be in the routine. So if you know eventually you want to use those type of exfoliators, you know the physical ones or the nice little jelly ones are not doing it, you want glycolic acid, you want something a little bit more, you need to start wearing sunscreen now, so that by the time that you start using the product, you're so used to using sunscreen and you're so used to reapplying sunscreen, it's second nature and you don't have to hop back on it, okay? Now, oh, and shea butter. Oils and shea butter are not sunscreen, okay? I just want to also, PSA, shea butter will make your dark circles darker if you decide to put some shea butter because you're like, I want to target dark circles, and you go out in the sun. You need to be using shea butter at night anyways. Don't be using shea butter in the daytime, but you will cook. Oil does what? Fry. Also, make sure you're always putting it last, okay? Putting it last, because everything else is absorbed into your skin. Sunscreen doesn't need to really absorb necessarily, so leave it last. Do not put on sunscreen, then put on moisturizer, because your moisturizer isn't going to be able to get under the sunscreen to do what it needs to do, okay? The sunscreen can be over it. So just make sure that some of this stuff you might mix up. You might say, oh, I want to use the peptide before instead of the hydrating one because it's thicker with serums or whatever. You know, you might rearrange it how you want to, but sunscreen does need to be last. Last but not least, because I'm over here talking about make sure it's last, but the last thing that I do is I do my eyebrows, because yes, my eyebrow grooming is a part of my skincare. Don't care. Whenever I do my skincare, I am always going to groom my eyebrows because all the hair on my body is curly. Every piece of hair is curly. And because every piece of the hair is curly, they are wild. So it's a part of my skincare. I don't care what you're gonna say. And I just use the NYX brow glue. I've been using this for years. I've bought it a million times. I just use this. Juvia's Place also has really good brow gels. I use the colored versions whenever I'm going out sometimes, and those are just fine. So yeah, those are the other ones that I would recommend. And then I use these lip products from Milani. If you know me, you know I have, both of these are almost empty. You don't have a million, and I got probably two or three in my purse now. I have almost every color but the orange. And I might, wait till I get a little bit more funds, I'm gonna be buying the orange one just to have it in my collection because I love these. These are so moisturizing. They add a little bit of tint to your lips in their oils. So I could say it's skincare, baby, because yeah, it's not lip gloss, it's oil. It's oil. These are, I think, $7-8 at Walmart. They might be a little bit more expensive at Ulta, but if you get them from Walmart or Target, it'll be a little bit cheaper. You won't get your points, but it's a little bit cheaper. I definitely love these. Now, what I use at night, though, I like something a little bit heavier, a little bit more masky, like at night. So what I'll use at night is actually this Aquaphor lip repair. That's what I've been using. And sometimes in the day, sometimes like if I do it before I brush, while I'm brushing my teeth, I'll use this. Or when I start my routine, I'll put this on, and then once I'm done, I'll put on that Milani. But yeah, it's the Aquaphor Lip Repair, and this is what I use. Another thing that I would also recommend is the Keys Soap Care. It's about $12. Love, love, love the Keys Soap Care. I used to also use the Jack Black as well. The Jack Black is around $8, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. $8 or $12 as well. Hopefully I was able to help you guys out. I know that it was really intensive, but it's because this is like all inclusive. Wanted to really give you guys a lot of details, a lot of information, and a lot of options, because I know some of the products that I use, especially before when I was using like Keys and all that type of stuff, it was getting expensive, like $20 to $40. And I know when I'm talking to my sister giving her recommendations, some of the time she'd be looking at me like, girl, are you crazy? So I just definitely, as a baddie with a budget, definitely as your bougie auntie, I needed to make sure that I gave you guys some inexpensive options. So hopefully I was able to help you guys out. If I was able to help you guys out, give me a thumbs up. Go ahead, like this video. Go ahead and share this video so we can help some other people out. You know, the New Year's resolution to be in your routine. Let's help them out with a little morning skincare routine, and just so that we can get more people into this potato family. You feel me? And last but not least, come on guys, you know what you gotta do. You know what you gotta do. You gotta subscribe to my channel so you can grow with your girl. So you can grow with your girl. So you can grow with your girl. Break it down. Break it down.